Why is saying goodbye to a dog so gut-wrenching? It's more than just losing a pet, it's losing a family member, a piece of your heart. Dogs weave themselves into our lives in ways we often don't fully realize until they're gone. The grief we feel runs deep, tied to the very nature of how we love and connect. But here's the twist, this heartache reveals something profound about the way we form bonds, not just with our dogs, but with everyone we care about. Emotional bond. When we talk about the emotional bond between humans and dogs, it's like peeling back layers of a deep and ancient connection. Imagine this, over a third of households in the US have a dog. That's not just a coincidence, it's a testament to how dogs have woven themselves into the fabric of our daily lives. It's no wonder that when we lose a dog, it feels like losing a piece of our own heart. They're not just pets, they're family, occupying a space in our lives that's usually reserved for human relationships. You see, about 86% of adult pet owners in the US consider their dogs as part of their family, which highlights just how strong this emotional bond is. Now, consider how dogs become our silent confidants, listening to our worries without judgment. This emotional investment runs deep, often unnoticed until the unthinkable happens, a loss that shakes us to our core. The grief of losing a dog is unlike any other, because it's not just a pet we lose, but a friend, a companion, a family member. Their absence leaves a void that echoes with memories of unconditional love and companionship, making the process of saying goodbye one of the hardest things we might ever do. This profound connection has roots that go back thousands of years, proving that the human-dog relationship is a bond that has stood the test of time. It's this historical depth, combined with the emotional richness of today's interactions, that makes the bond between humans and dogs so uniquely powerful. So, what is it about this bond that makes it so enduring, so unbreakable? Well, that's where things get even more interesting as we delve into the history behind this incredible relationship. Historical context. The relationship between humans and dogs didn't just happen overnight, it's a connection that's been evolving for tens of thousands of years. Picture the early humans, living in a world where survival depended on forming alliances with those around them, including animals. Dogs, with their keen senses and loyal nature, became our companions in both survival and daily life. They helped us hunt, protected our communities, and in return, we offered them shelter and companionship. This mutual dependence laid the foundation for the deep bond we experience today, one that has only grown stronger over millennia. In those early days, dogs weren't just pets, they were essential partners in the struggle to survive. They were by our side, whether in the hunt for food or in guarding against dangers that lurked in the shadows. Over time, this practical relationship evolved into something much more profound. Dogs became not just workers but companions, and eventually, they were welcomed into our homes and hearts as members of the family. As societies grew and developed, so did our relationship with dogs. In ancient civilizations, dogs were revered, often seen as symbols of loyalty and protection. From the royal dogs of ancient Egypt to the revered temple dogs of China, our ancestors recognized the unique role dogs played in our lives. It's a bond that's been passed down through generations, growing ever stronger with each passing century. This rich history can help us understand why saying goodbye to a dog feels like saying goodbye to a part of ourselves, a connection that has been nurtured and cherished by humans for as long as we've walked the earth. Now, let's delve into how this bond connects with psychological theories that explain why it feels so strong, particularly through the lens of attachment theory. Think about it. From the moment a dog enters our lives, we start to form an attachment that resembles the bonds we create with other humans. This attachment is characterized by love, trust, and a sense of security. Dogs, in many ways, fulfill the same emotional needs that our closest human relationships do, providing comfort, companionship, and a stable presence in our lives. This connection goes beyond simple affection. It's about a bond that provides us with psychological stability and emotional support. When that bond is broken, it can feel as though a part of our emotional foundation has been pulled away, leaving us vulnerable and grieving. This explains why, for many people, the loss of a dog can be just as devastating as the loss of a human family member. let's consider the ways in which this attachment manifests in our daily lives. Think about how dogs provide a consistent source of comfort during tough times, whether it's through their calming presence or the way they nuzzle close when they sense we're feeling down. When a dog becomes a part of our routine, greeting us every morning, accompanying us on walks, or simply being there when we need them most, they become embedded in our emotional lives. However, each bond is unique, shaped by the individual personality of the dog and the experiences shared. This is why, even when new attachments are formed, the bond with a lost dog remains irreplaceable and cherished. This brings us to the next layer of understanding, how this bond affects our well-being and why the loss of a dog can feel so profoundly destabilizing. Psychological impact. Dogs have an incredible ability to reduce stress and anxiety, acting as natural mood stabilizers in our hectic lives. That calming presence isn't just comforting, it's a powerful psychological tool that helps us navigate the challenges of everyday life. Studies have shown that spending time with dogs can lower cortisol levels, the hormone responsible for stress, making them essential companions in maintaining our mental health. Moreover, dogs contribute to our overall sense of well-being by providing a routine and a sense of purpose. Knowing that your dog depends on you for walks, feeding, and companionship encourages you to maintain a daily structure, which is crucial for mental stability. This routine, simple as it may seem, anchors us in the present, helping to ward off feelings of anxiety and depression. The psychological benefits of this human-dog relationship are so significant that therapy dogs are now commonly used to support people dealing with mental health issues, demonstrating just how impactful a dog's presence can be in our lives. The emotional support dogs provide also plays a crucial role in coping with loneliness. For many, a dog's companionship is a lifeline, offering unconditional love and a sense of belonging. This connection can be especially vital for those who live alone or are going through difficult life transitions. Dogs become more than just pets, they are confidants and companions who help us navigate life's ups and downs. The psychological impact of this bond is so deep that the loss of a dog can lead to a profound sense of grief, comparable to losing a close human friend or family member. But what happens when this psychological support is suddenly taken away? The loss of a dog can leave a significant emotional void, leading to feelings of sadness, loneliness, and even depression. This brings us to the difficult but important topic of end-of-life care for dogs, which mirrors the emotional challenges we face when saying goodbye to any family member. End of life. Care for a dog's final moments is one of the most heart-wrenching experiences a pet owner can face, yet it's an inevitable part of the journey we share with our beloved companions. It's a time filled with difficult decisions, as we navigate how to provide comfort and dignity to a dog who has been with us through so much. This phase of life requires us to draw on all the emotional strength and compassion we can muster, as we strive to make the best choices for our dog's well-being. Much like we would for any human family member, we consider what will ease their pain, what will make their final days peaceful, and how we can say goodbye in a way that honors the bond we've built over the years. One of the most challenging aspects of this period is the emotional toll it takes on the owner. The decisions we face, whether to pursue treatment or opt for palliative care, when to say enough is enough, and how to handle the inevitable goodbye, are fraught with anxiety and sorrow. Yet, they are also acts of love, rooted in the desire to do what's best for our loyal companions. It's during this time that the emotional bond we share with our dogs becomes most evident, as we grapple with the reality that this relationship, so full of life and joy, is coming to an end. In many ways, preparing for a dog's end of life is about preparing ourselves as well. It's about coming to terms with the fact that our time together is limited and that we must make the most of the moments we have left. This might mean spending extra time together, indulging them in their favorite treats, or simply sitting quietly by their side. Just as we would with any family member, we strive to ensure that their final days are filled with love, comfort, and peace. And then comes the hardest part, the goodbye. It's a moment that, no matter how much we prepare for, always comes too soon. The psychological impact of losing a dog is immense, leaving a void that echoes with the absence of their presence. As we say our final farewells, we carry forward the love and lessons they've taught us, keeping their memory alive in our hearts forever. So, now that you've learned about the deep bond between humans and dogs, what will you do differently? That the love and connection you share with your dog are so profound that their loss can feel like losing a part of yourself. But here's the challenge. How will you let this knowledge shape your future relationships with both your dogs and the people around you? Don't let these insights just sit there, apply them. Cherish every wag of the tail, every nuzzle, every moment. And if you found value in what you've learned today, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. You won't want to miss the next lesson in how to deepen your connection with your furry friend and yourself.